So our first topic is introduction to language testing and assessment, where we have seen the difference between testing and assessment. So what is testing? Very structured procedure to measure a learner's language ability at a specific point in time, like it is like more formal, where it is extremely controlled situation it takes place. Then assessment is kind of, it is a continuous practice, yes, where we are assessing students' ability, and it is more kind of it's developing students' competence. So it is integrated in the day-to-day classroom teaching and learning practice. So here we have seen that some examples are observation, homework, then class participation, presentation, feedback, all are included in continuous assessment. So we have seen the purpose of language testing. So there we have got some purpose. Then we have, I think we have just started to see the key concepts of testing and assessment. And number one is reliability, then validity, practicality, authenticity, and washback. So reliability, the key idea of reliability is reliable, dependable, something that we can depend on, tai na? So the test that is reliable, we can rely on, it has reliability. Reliability is the feature, the quality, tai na? So how can we judge whether a test reliable or not? So we can see some scenarios. First of all, we have to know the definition of reliability. Reliability in language testing refers to the consistency and dependability of test scores. So reliable তখনই হবে when the test score reliable, and also the test score is consistent. সকালে যেটা টেস্টের রেজাল্ট আসতেছে পরের সকালেও same result আসবে. So a test is reliable if it produces similar result when given to the same student under similar conditions, or when different examiners score the test and give similar marks. Like the same script, I have checked that you got 20. When Marzuk sir will check it, you will get 22 or 23. And then if Najmul sir also checks the script, you will get 22. Then the marks is reliable. Or it may happen that yes, if this is checked by more than 3 raters, then this is reliable. I have seen it in my university life, where script is checked by 2 teachers. There was a single course was taken by 2 teachers. So 2 teachers checked it, and if there is a huge difference between marks, like one has given 20, another one 25, then there will be 3rd evaluator, and he will check it and he will finalize, and the average marks will be given. So that's how test score becomes reliable. Also, if like you are attending a test today, on same condition, you are attending the same exam tomorrow on that specific period of time, the test result will be the same. Yes, but the main, first and foremost condition is that all things will be the same. Like now there is, you can see AC. If on that morning there is no AC, and if hot temperature remains in the class, it may affect your test scores, your performance. So that's why they are telling that same situation will occur. So see, there is scenario 1, same test and different time. Okay, so same test, different time. A student takes, let's say, English grammar test twice in 1 week. So score 175 out of 100 and score 276 out of 100. And result test is reliable because this is consistent result. And I have seen it in the very first semester of my university life. Whatever I got in the last semester, there was no huge difference. Maybe somewhat improvement happened, but that actually went like that. Same but different. So different examiners. So 2 teachers grade the same HSC English essay. So teacher 1 key 28 out of 30 and teacher 2 29 out of 30. So this is high inter-rater reliability. This is called inter-rater, মানে দুইটা রেটারের মধ্যে inter-rater reliability. So validity refers to the extent to which a test measures what it is intended to measure. So validity extent to which a test measure what it is intended to measure. এটার মানে কি? Like when we say if we have heard the word first in terms of SIM validity, like your SIM is invalid, valid, বৈধ এবং অবৈধ হয়ে যাওয়া. So why that happens? Suppose the test taker was supposed to assess whether you have good writing skill or not, but he asks you to write a paragraph which you have memorized. So if you are writing something that is based on your memory, it will be completely an invalid test, because the purpose and aim of the test was to assess your writing skill. In the same way, you can see from secondary to higher secondary level in our English based exams, the test takers was supposed to assess our speaking, reading, writing skills, but instead of that they just tested whether we can memorize or not. We are giving answers of the MCQ, we are memorizing those informations. So these tests are invalid. So যদি উদ্দেশ্যের সাথে যেটা হচ্ছে সেটা না মিলে, then this is completely invalid, যাবেন না. In BCS exam if we see, so the policemen or the administrative officers, the core qualities that was supposed to assess their qualities, whether they have those critical thinking skills or not, whether they can take appropriate decision at perfect time or not, they have moral issues, so they could design the test in that way. But instead of that, if they assess there whether they have general knowledge or not, they have those ideas or not, then this is invalid test. It should not test those things. Okay, so see, a test is valid if the results accurately reflect the student's language ability rather than something else like memory, guessing or luck. Like I used to do this kind of thing. If I don't have the perfect answer, then I would say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I could guess, and I have that amazing guessing power. Whatever I guess, it happens, and it actually helped me. I can truly say it helped me in admitting in the Dhaka University even. Yes, I knew some of the answers, but those answers that I wasn't sure, I then on my guess I just chose it. So in this way this can be invalid test. Then scenario 2, low validity. where we can first of all high validity test HSC English reading comprehension and purpose measure reading skill. So outcome student scores reflect actual reading ability, reading skills. So you see the IELTS reading skills, like within a very short period of time you have to answer those things. You have to scheme, you have to scan and get the answers out of it. So it is visible that students actually got those outcomes. So that's why it is a valid test. Then low validity, we see test was like grammar memorization quiz and purpose intended to assess writing skill. So it was like in my university admission test, like where the grammars were given and they told us that it will assess our writing skill, but how come, like they are assessing our grammar memorization skill. So it is not equal to writing skill. So this is an invalid test where students' scores reflect memorized rules, not writing ability. So I think the scenario has changed. Also Dhaka University has included that writing section along with MCQ. 2019. So we set for exam on 2017. So after 2 years it was included. Practical Bangladesh example, IELTS speaking test in Dhaka and test real life speaking ability rather than written knowledge, and result valid assessment of speaking skill. Like speaking, even in Viva, you can remember the Vivas are like they are checking your concepts, no? Your academic concepts. This is not used in real life. Like in real life nobody is asking you about the concepts, it's only academic. So rather if you see the IELTS exam where they are asking you about your day-to-day the things that you do in your real life, your daily activities, your most preferable thing, your opinion on something. So this is kind of practical things that you do in your real life. You give your choices, you express about different things, different views. So here we can see real life speaking ability and valid assessment of speaking skill. So practicality refers to how easy, feasible and efficient it is to administer, score and interpret a test. Practicality something is that is practical. বলে না যে আমাদের আব্বা আম্মা মাঝে মাঝে কি বলে যে you are not that practical, you don't have that practical knowledge of life. So maybe as an ambitious teacher I may think that no, I have to test students ability very accurately, writing skill. So this whole test will be based on writing. Or I may think that in the HSC level, like I have to test their speaking skill. But just imagine that you have thousands, lakhs, millions of students and now you have to administer speaking test for each of them. It is not practically implementable. So there you will face many kind of shortages like the centers, and you have to recruit thousands of examiners to assess their speaking, isn't it? So to merging them within a very short period of time, so how can that be possible? So whenever you are administering the tests, you have to keep it in your mind that this should be practical as well, whether you can implement it or not. This is the best thing, but it is implementable considering your situation, your properties. So that's it. So that's why it's said that so practical refers to how easy, feasible and efficient it is to administer, score and interpret a test. If you see now the test of Dhaka University, this is not wholly written test because thousands of students are taking part. So it is not easy to assess the students' writing and to giving them marks within a very short period of time. It takes lots of time. So some section for writing skill, then there will be general MCQs. 60 and 40%. Yes? Yes, possible, but the thing is that we haven't reached to that level that we can take a test before admitting them in the university. So I hope the day is not that far. We will soon reach that, and there will be that competitive exam who will be willing to attend the exam. Very soon, maybe. Yes, we are praying for that. So you see, scenario 1, practical test, SSC English multiple choice exam. So it is practical because now you have the answers of the questions. The teachers have the answers, they just mark it, and it is very easy and it will be correct because it is very objective. If it is subjective, then there will be some discussion, argument, whether the student will get that number or not. There will be the iterator. So it is very easy. তাই না আমরা এসএসসিতে দেখেছি না? So can be given to thousands of students at the same time and easy to mark using standardized answer sheets. So result highly practical, high practicality. So আমরা দেখলাম যে এমসিকিউটাকে আমরা ফেলে দিতে পারি না। এত মানুষকে কিভাবে আমরা জাজ করব? এই জন্য আমরা বলি না যে why ma'am actually this system has been running in this country for so long, because the country has got the maximum advantage out of it. একবারে রাইটিং দিয়ে যে যদি if you see the SSC exam, 100 of scripts in front of the teacher, isn't it very impossible? So in practical test we can see the scenario individual oral speaking test for all SSC students in Dhaka. Why in practical? It requires too many examiners and too much time and difficult to manage logistics. It's not about like দিয়ে দিলাম হয়ে গেল. You have to maintain all the things like how to administer, where to administer, how to manage the things, and after all these things how the best result can come. তাই না? খুবই কঠিন. So this has low practicality. এই জন্য স্পিকিং টেস্টটা আসলে আমরা চাইলেও বলি যে কমিউনিকেটিভ, we have so many problems. Moderate practicality. So এখানে দেখি class writing portfolio for 50 students, like then writing tasks given, provides detailed feedback and but takes time to mark. তাই না? তোমাদের কি কোনো writing task দিলে then I have to check it, I have to give the feedback, but it takes time. It doesn't happen in one single class. তাই না? the feedback এর জন্যই দেখা যায় একটা ক্লাস দরকার, আলাদা ক্লাস দরকার. So it is like moderately practical. 50 students are manageable. Okay, but it takes time, so that's why it's not best, but it is moderately practical. করা যায়. Then authenticity. Authenticity refers something is very authentic. বলেন authentic news. The materials we use in the class, sometimes it is authentic. Why? It is real. It has taken from the real life. Like songs we see, we hear, we listen. So the music that has been authentically, that has been designed for our pleasure, not for any purpose. So that is authentic. Authentic is connected with real life. Like authenticity refers to how closely a text reflects real life language use. Like I have already said, in the IELTS exam, the tasks that are given, that is similar to the things we do in real life. Like when we are doing the skimming and scanning, like where you will see some situations that are made out of real life, where the situations is like that you are a foreigner and you are asking for direction, you are asking for help, then you are renting some apartment, then you are asking some information from the information desk. So these scenarios are from real life. So authenticity must be followed in the test materials, like the things that are given in the tests that will be authentic. Like we do this kind of like grammar drills, grammar practice. The expressions, the chunks we have taught in our life, that is not actually applied in the real life. We have learned lots of tenses, rules of tense in a like present indefinite, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous, but the basic structures are like present indefinite, past indefinite and future indefinite. Sometimes English people use present indefinite to indicate future indefinite. So these things are not very practical.
We learn only for getting good mark from exam.
Yes.
Not for real life.
Not for real life.
We cannot use it in our real life. This is the problem.
This is the problem. We can't use it in the real life. So authenticity, that is showing that the tasks, the activities that we are doing here will be connected to real life. The test will reflect the real life language use. So a test is authentic if the task resembles actual communication situations learner may face. If we see the English for Today book, we can connect. There are some kind of like the situations we can face or a foreigner can face. High authenticity. IELTS speaking test in Dhaka. Why authentic? Students have a real conversation, answer questions, express opinions just like in everyday situation, and it is highly authentic. It's not like that in the Viva. Here we are sitting and the teacher is asking some academic questions. In real life, nobody is going to ask you those questions. Rather, when you are sitting for IELTS exam, so there the test takers will ask you the questions that seems very natural, তাই না? So মনে হচ্ছে যে like I'm sitting in front of a person. It's not like a test. It's like a flow of conversation. So oh my God, what am I saying? Okay. So moderate authenticity. So university oral presentation. So it is not that authentic, but it is moderately. It's authentic, like simulates academic communication, but topic may not be exactly real life relevant.
University presentation, এটা কি হচ্ছে আমাদের real life না?
University presentation, the languages you use, you are not going to use in your day-to-day life. Yes, there is a kind of communication. It is important. There is speaking. You are practicing the speaking skill, but you are not using it in your real life. Like you are the language, the way you are expressing, it's not here. It will be useful for your academic performance, like whenever you will be in job interview, then this kind of fluency will greatly help you. I feel that the Vivas that I participated, that actually helped me to grow more fluent. So it is important, but the topics are not relevant to our practical life. So result, that's why it is moderately authentic. It's not that authentic. We can say it is moderately authentic. So there is low authenticity, like grammar translation exercise or memorized essay writing, and students are tested and on memorized sentences, not real communication, and low authenticity. So we are habituated to do this kind of thing. Even here now, we ask for, ma'am, give us suggestion, give us 5 or 10 paragraph or essay, then we will memorize and when we will have a good score. So but writing is also a part of communication. So we are not gaining. So it is not authentic. Authentic is something communication, and it is real communication. Viva, there is communication, but this is not the replica of our real life conversation.
Also হচ্ছে স্টুডেন্টরা এখন বলে যে হচ্ছে স্যার ফরম্যাট আছে কিনা, যে ফরম্যাট দিয়ে মেমোরাইজ করা যায় কি, একটা দিয়ে অনেকগুলো লেখা যায় কি, মেমোরাইজেশন প্যারাগ্রাফ কথা বলেন না, একটা প্যারাগ্রাফ দিয়ে অনেকগুলো প্যারাগ্রাফ লেখা যায় কিনা, এরকম কোনো ফরম্যাট থাকে।
In IELTS exam, we also do this kind of thing. Like the best part, the best piece we will take, then we will see how he organized the topic sentence, and we do this kind of things. Then this is the most important idea of testing and assessment. This is called washback. Washback mane ki? Whitewash? Backwash. Washback মানে হচ্ছে ওয়াশ করে ব্যাকে কি আসলো আমি বলি ওয়াশব্যাক অর ব্যাক ওয়াশ মানে পিছনে তাকাবো, পিছনের দিকে রিফ্লেকশন। সো দ্য ইফেক্ট রেফার্স টু দ্য ইম্প্যাক্ট অফ আ টেস্ট হ্যাজ অন টিচিং অ্যান্ড লার্নিং। টিচিং এবং লার্নিংয়ের উপরে যে আমি যে টেস্ট নিলাম, এটা কিন্তু পুরো একটা প্র্যাকটিসকে কন্ট্রোল করতেছে। সো সি দ্য হাউ দ্য BCS এক্সাম হ্যাজ আ নেগেটিভ ওয়াশব্যাক অন টিচিং অ্যান্ড লার্নিং প্র্যাকটিসেস। এর ফলে কি হয়, ছেলে মেয়ে সেন্ট্রাল লাইব্রেরিতে যায় নট ফর স্টাডিং হিজ ম্যাটেরিয়াল অর এনি কাইন্ড অফ থিং দ্যাট ইজ রিলেভেন্ট টু অ্যাকাডেমিয়া, রাদার দে স্টাডি দেয়ার, they desperately take that place for reading the GK or mathematics that is related to BCS for memorization. So sir was one of my sir was humorously, he was speaking that this central library is a BCS breeding center. So BCS breeding center, so where you will breed the BCS cadres, not the future academicians, researchers. So see, this is called the backwash, the effect of test on our teaching and learning. It can have both effect. One is positive and another is negative. So positive, actually it positively encourages learning. Like if in the BCS, if the critical thinking skill and other skills are incorporated, it will positively affect our teaching and learning. Then we will learn this kind of things, how to critically think, how to evaluate, how to have a moral virtue, and how to develop it over time. And negative, it leads to undesirable teaching practices. Then you will see, তখন দেখা যাবে যে পরীক্ষার সময় কি হয়, আমরা যখন HSC পর্যন্ত যে কোয়েশ্চেন পেপারগুলো হতো, সো ওখানে মুখস্থেরই তো বেশিরভাগ গ্রামার থাকতো। এর ফলে কি হতো যে পরীক্ষায় সেন্টেন্সগুলো হলে আমরা তখন টিচারের কাছে দৌড়াইতাম করার জন্য, কোচিং করার জন্য, এবং ওখানে আমাদের কিছু সাজেশন দিত এবং ওগুলো মুখস্থ করতাম। কি এটা একটা আনহেলদি টিচিং প্র্যাকটিসটাকে এটাকে জারি রাখলো না এটা। সো এটার একটা নেগেটিভ ব্যাকওয়াশ আছে, বুঝতে পারছি? So see the positive backwash, positive washback. Test SSC or HSC English exam effect on the students, it encourages regular practice in reading, writing and grammar. Okay, effect on teachers, it promotes through teaching of all skills. Positive washback. Negative washback, board exam focused class. তাই না? মেমোরাইজিং মডেল অ্যান্সার্স ইনস্টিড অফ আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং ইংলিশ, মডেল অ্যান্সারগুলো মুখস্থ করতাম। অ্যান্ড টিচ টু টেস্ট অ্যাপ্রোচ, নেগলেক্টিং রিয়েল কমিউনিকেশন, নেগেটিভ ওয়াশব্যাক। সো আমাদের দেশে একমাত্র উই আর সো এক্সাম ওরিয়েন্টেড, লাইক আমার ওই যে SSC HSC আছে ওটার জন্য ভালো করার জন্য আমরা আমাদের পুরো টেস্ট সিস্টেমটাকে এভাবে চালায় যাচ্ছি। মানে উই হ্যাভ টু pass the exam, not to learn. We in the university come why? To get the grades, not to learn. That's our problem. That's why we never learn. We just get good grades. Okay.